Building decks the hard way. Have fun with Hardleg. It's time to play some Yugioh. It's the deck build challenge.
Hello and welcome to all my fellow ramblers out there. Welcome to the Deck Build Challenge, where each week two combatants will be facing off with strange theme decks. I am your host, Necromanticer, and joining me today is my irrepressible co-host, Hardleg Joe.
Hi there, nice to meet you. Nice to be here, everyone. It's very good. It's a snappy snap.
Having a good time, doing good
having,
things, hopefully gonna duel.
Yes, I'm having a fantastic time.
Good to hear. Now, Joe, would you like to introduce everybody to the gimmick for today's Deck Build Challenge?
Yes, today's challenge is not gimmick puppets. It's not a gimmick. We're doing Geminis, which also start with a G. So we have to have at least 20 monsters, and all monsters must either be Gemini monsters or they must support Gemini monsters like directly, like they have to have Gemini in their text.
Yes.
And other than that,
Like
I think
Gemini
we're pretty good. Oh, and we're leaving out the chemical beasts.
We didn't want to throw those in there because they're really new, they're OCG, and not everyone's had a chance to play around with them. Let's just see what Geminis can do as they stand.
Vanilla Geminis, old school Geminis.
And maybe this can give you some ideas of what you might want to do once Geminis come out in full force.
Yeah, because they do have. Well, that was the one thing I mentioned, like when we were discussing this. I was like, "Do you want to include chemical beasts?" And you didn't seem to even know what they were at the time.
Yeah, that. I'll be honest, that was the case. I was like, I don't know what those are. Let's not.
And so then I was going through when I was building my deck, and I realized, like, well, their field spell really supports Geminis, but it doesn't actually say, it doesn't have the name of the archetype in it, and it just has...
Oh, it doesn't have Chemical Beast on its title?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
well, that's gonna...
I was like, well, Necromanticer might just include that out of habit, so I put it in the side deck just in case.
I made sure not to take anything that said OCG just in case.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Although normally that's not the rules. With the What a Deck, I try to stay away from stuff that's not out in America. But here we could totally do that. And actually we should probably take advantage of that at some point. I want to do some Symphonic Warriors maybe. Someone mentioned earlier we should do Battle of the Bands, Symphonic Warriors versus Melodious. Also, if you're saying something, I can't hear you. It's possible that your microphone has failed you once again. Give us a moment. We'll let Necromanticer get back. And we're back. Sorry about that. You may have noticed the screen's a little different. We had a little technical difficulties. And by we, I mean Necromanticer.
It's kind of all my fault, and I should feel awful, but you know, we press on.
You're so self-deprecating. You almost give Brandon a run for his money.
Oh, Brandon's my favorite. I love his humor, and so I think it makes sense that I would kind of follow along with that. But
it's so weird because it's like you would think someone like him could use an ego boost, and he would like to hear about people who really enjoy what he does, and yet he doesn't really look over the videos at all. He doesn't
actually like pay attention.
He has no interest in like the channel out. He's like, I don't really like to watch Let's Plays. And I'm like, you don't have to watch it. You just have to go and like comment to the people who comment, because sometimes people will be like, hey Brandon, what did you think about this, or what do you like about that? And it's just silence.
Really?
I'll even tell him, he'll be like, I'll be sure to do it after work, and he just like either forgets or doesn't know.
Huh.
I'm like, Brandon, you know you have fans. There's a lot of people who think you're the best.
Brandon's great.
Yep.
I guess that it's just not something that he really cares to pay attention to, but... Featherizer, yes.
Yay.
I considered running that. I didn't actually include it, just because I felt it was too slow, but yeah. Very, very handy. Oh, you actually built with some Red Eyes stuff, you cheeky devil.
You didn't say no archetypes.
I did not. In fact, I have some of my own, but I didn't actually include any of the Red Eyes just because I didn't feel like building around them.
I don't need to build around them necessarily.
That's true. I see we
like...
both brought our 3 copies of Brute Drago.
Brute Drago?
The Synchro.
Oh, yeah. I forgot its name.
Yeah.
He's just sort of like here. He's not really important.
He's not a big thing, but he does stuff.
He's kind of there, you know. I mean, he does stuff.
I might be going for him next turn, depending upon what you do.
Okay, so we'll normal summon this.
Absolutely.
We'll play back to square one. Put that on top of your deck.
Oh, that's unpleasant.
We'll go ahead and Gemini Spark.
Yep, that one's... Ow.
Your go.
And that's your turn.
Yep. But I'm set.
Okay.
I'm a cooking something up. You gonna see?
I'm just saying, we're at equal resources currently, unless you can do stuff with your graveyard. And I kind of have the bodies on the field at the moment, so...
That's a fine. No, that's a good.
The ball's kind of in my court. It's my game to lose at the moment. I'm in a commanding position. I've got a bunch of resources,
You've
things in my hand.
You've got Corn Cob Magician, as I call him.
I suppose that's as good a term as any. I
mean,
like him because he fits in with the Magispector support.
Oh, he's a wind spellcaster.
Yeah, he's one of the few wind spellcasters out there. So
You can add some
you can pull
things.
off some pretty
Okay,
funky
you ready
things.
for some sweet combos?
Oh, let's see it happen.
Swing of Memories.
Yeah, Swing of Memories. That makes perfect sense.
Blaze
Normal
Wing
summon it
Butterfly.
and then grab your
Gemini Summon. Tribute.
This is the exact play that I wanted to bring Featherizer for, but I thought better of it, and now I get to see the folly of my ways.
Yep. It's the folly of man all over again.
That is, in fact, the case. Okay.
And I'll set a card. Your move, loser.
I will take that.
I'm an anime protagonist.
We are going to play down my
Gemini Spark.
Julian Power.
Oh, see, I didn't use that one. I thought
Really?
about it, but I don't run enough level 4s.
Really? How do you not run level 4s?
I'm a cooking... I mean, I have level 4s, clearly. But
yeah.
surprisingly,
that's like...
I got like almost all of them. My deck is it's a little different. It's got a little different thing.
Okay, we get out the Blazewing Butterfly. I've got Evocator. Yeah. I guess we just normal summon it. Activate its effect. Get my Evocator out.
Evocator.
Put him in attack mode.
And then what, you got some kind of equip card?
I've got Supervise. Everyone should have Supervise.
Oh, you gotta supervise that one.
No chaining of cards. And while I don't need Supervise, I can just ditch that, kill you, use Supervise, get back my Blazewing Butterfly. For happy fun times later.
Yeah! We're just having a great old happy old time.
And now I get to start punching in the face, which is always one of my favorite pastimes.
I mean, that's what you think, but you would be wrong in that regard, because I got called
would I be?
haunted.
Oof.
Dun 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 dun.
That is weird. What happens if I destroy your Call of the Haunted after you summon something?
My monster gets destroyed.
Replay. No, I do not want to continue the battle.
Yeah, this is from the tokens. Whenever a monster comes to or from the field,
Got it. Okay.
then you get to
Well,
choose
we made it
if
work.
you want to attack again. Well,
I did not want to attack again. I wanted to get that off the field. I was wondering what would happen if I destroyed Call of the Haunted as, up in the chain order. Would it actually still summon?
Yeah, it would still summon for a second, then instantly be destroyed.
Okay. That's good to know. So I could have actually gotten away with continuing the battle if I had known that, but that's only 1,500 damage. I don't think that's a big deal. Actually, no, I couldn't have, because I needed to tribute him anyway.
Let's just go ahead and...
Oh. Okay.
Perfectly symmetrical violence.
Didn't solve anything this time, but I've got a plan for the perfectly symmetrical violence that I just haven't drawn into yet.
Yep, I should have realized that you would play Sparks. I should have accounted for that, or Gemini Spark. Not Sparks. Sparks is like do 200 damage to your opponent.
Well, then, let's just get this out here.
Aww. You don't even need that. You got Hercule power.
Well, no, you need to have a monster on board for me to use Hercule power.
Oh, okay.
But this should be lethal here.
It is.
Let's do lethal then. I think that's a
I
fun
had all
thing.
these combos, and yet the combos didn't wombo enough.
I know the feeling. That's the thing with Geminis, is that they're difficult to get the right cards you need for the right situation at the right time. They have a lot of setups and combinations that work, but they work for specific situations. And if you don't get hit with those situations, well, then there's not a lot you can do.
Gotcha. Well, let me just see what I want to do.
I like my deck the way it is. You can modify yours, but
I will.
I don't think there's anything I have that I would really react to your
all
deck.
the way to the bank.
You knock yourself out.
I plan to, with gusto.
With exuberance.
I don't even play gustos, but I'll find a way.
I'd considered some of the gustos for the previous tuner duel we did, but none of them actually fit in where I wanted them.
I'm gonna go second this time. I'm gonna get even extra more monsters.
Oh wow, this is a weird hand, but not an untenable one.
Does it give you the vapors?
I am full of the vapors.
You just call me Vape Nation up in here, because I am all vapes everywhere.
All vape, all day. Okay, we are gonna just keep up the good old tuned magician first play and see how you respond to that.
I see your tuned magician, and I raise you a tuned magician.
Joe, what have we talked about perfectly symmetrical violence?
That is a good thing to do, and I was smart, and it was a good thing to do. Well then. Doesn't that just tickle my pickle?
Kunai with chain.
Not a fan of it. Tell you what, we'll just set that. And your move for now.
Can't pronounce the TH. I'm a little frustrated with how my hand is going, but we can. I reiterate, we can make it work.
Just had a weird audio glitch there. It was like you were halfway through saying something, and then you stopped, but you were like in the middle of saying something else. You're not an AI, are you?
I make no comment one way or the other.
Some kind
you can't prove a thing, you government swine.
Some kind of robot? Maybe a robot?
May or may not be a super intelligent being masquerading as a online trading card game player.
Ah, I see. Let's just swing of memories.
We may never know. Oh, okay. No chaining. You've only got one target, but I'm not sure. I suppose you tribute summon? Yeah.
Ha-ha!
Ha-ha!
Now, I hope you don't have another kunai with chain, or else I'm going to be very disappointed in you. You have another kunai with chain, don't you?
I only run two. It's
have,
not fair that I have them.
And you have both of them.
I do have both of them.
You rapscallion.
Oh, that is a good feeling. Kunai with Chain is such a versatile card. It's not the biggest buff.
Your face is a versatile card.
Having it be reactive like this is super useful.
I kind of want to throw you down the stairs. I'm not going to, because you're far away from me, but I want you to know that I really want to. But that's okay. I can cut your karma.
That was like a really nice exchange for you now, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And you banished it? Why would you? Oh, jeez.
Because I know you do things in the graveyard. Because I do things in the graveyard.
Yeah, there is that.
Surprise.
Oh no.
Although, if I use that effect, it would kill itself.
Yes, so please be my guest.
No, I'll just put out one of these guys.
Oh, no.
I'll just hit you for enough damage to put Trump into the White House.
That is quite the hefty amount of damage indeed.
Yes. You would have to deal at least 40-something thousand damage. 4,000. Let this do the math for. At least 4,600 damage to get into the White House, and I don't think he has the guts.
That is... You
don't have the hair for that.
Okay, you know what? This buys me a turn, and if I top deck the one card in my deck that can make this work, I can come back.
If you top deck the one card that makes it work, you can make it work.
I can make it work. It's strangely circular. Oh, you
Story of
actually
my
ran
life.
Foolish Burial too?
Yep.
You're all about dumping those cards in the grave.
I am all cards in the graveyard.
Yeah, okay, no, now I can't.
Yay. This moved just as fast, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I drew both my Darkstorm dragons, so once you took out my Toon Magician, I had no plays.
Oh, you run Darkstorm Dragon?
Yeah,
Why?
because he's a great boss monster
But
and
you have-
gets rid of spell traps.
You don't have the ways to summon him as I do.
I have Stormforth the Monarchs.
Oh, do you?
Only one, because it's
But
limited
that's-
currently.
It's still 2 tributes.
Yeah, I have monsters out. Like, I have Tooned Magician, which needs 2 monsters to make Brute Drago.
Ah, I see. Oh.
Like, there's a lot of things that require resources, and I'm more than willing to pay for them, because a lot of things either summon multiple times or have, like, graveyard effects and do fun stuff like that.
So this is
So
the
I wasn't
decider
worried about just normal tribute summons.
This is the one that decides. Bam!
Yeah.
Tuned Magician.
Surprise!
Bam! Not supervise. Totally
Okay,
not a bluff.
okay.
If you think that's a bluff,
Clearly
you're
not
wrong.
supervised.
Clearly.
Joe,
That's-
what's that thing I always say?
It's 100 more.
Mine's bigger.
Oh, is that something you always say?
Yeah, that's one of my phrases that I enjoy. Whenever I've got a monster that's bigger than your monster, I like to emphasize the fact and maybe throw in a little bit of innuendo in there.
Oh, okay.
For good
See,
measure.
You need to start your own channel, and then you could have your own catchphrases. Oh wait, but if you
I mean,
did
I
have a
have.
channel, mine would be bigger.
Oh, with the come about, the
Shots
turnabout.
fired.
The turnabout is fair play. Jeez.
Doo-doo-doo.
Hit dunk. Can we get like a kill cam for that?
How does that even work? How does one kill cam with words?
That's not for me to know. That's like for you to sort out, and then I'll just come on and slap my name on top of it.
Just get the Necromanticer logo over there. There you go. What's that? Just a N? Or no, you spell out the whole word, right?
I've got the full necro there, so that
Oh,
people
okay.
see that and immediately think of naughty things to do with corpses.
Ah, I see. I didn't know that was your target audience.
It's a little bit of a brave choice, I think, but I think that it's the right way to go.
I mean, I have no words to complain. I mean, my name's Hardleg. That's like the king of innuendo.
There's a lot of interesting associations with both our titles.
And you didn't do the thing. I thought you would do it during the end phase.
It's during your opponent's end phase.
Ah, okay. Well then.
Well then.
Let's just No. Not yet.
You can't kill me by battle, so please charge into me.
Thank you for letting me know. That would have been very bad of me to do.
I felt it fair that in this final duel that we didn't just blow our whole load all at once.
Once per turn, this card. Oh, it's once per turn.
Yeah, if you can run over me twice, well then I'm in for it.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. That
Yeah.
is.
That is a
Yeesh.
steep cost to pay.
Maybe it's worth it. You never know.
For cheap jet fuel. It was not worth it. This entire turn. Turn 5 will go down as infamy as the worst turn that I've ever had of anything.
This was the turning point, folks.
Yep.
If you watch the duel back in reverse, you will see exactly what happened here.
Yep, it was a disappointing turn of events.
Because I get to come on back out, and I can't be destroyed by battle once on either of our turns.
Yes.
So I'm just going to run these two together, make them mush fit.
But you can be banished.
Joe.
So that's the...
Joe.
I like that for a second you turned into Bean Crosby there.
No.
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 I don't think that's... Who am I thinking of? Jimmy Stewart's?
I am awful with celebrity names, so I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, I used to be. I don't know what happened to me. It's not like I care. I just somehow memorize these things. I just can't help it. I'm too good at memory.
Not that you care, but now you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, fuck. What's your name again? Necromanticer. Okay, there we go.
Necromanticer, that's right.
Necromanticer.
Necromanticer, yes.
I watched so many of your videos and I still mispronounced your name the first time we ever started talking on here.
I was convinced it was a goof, so I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm Necromanticer, what up?
Yeah. What up?
You rang?
It's that boy.
It's that boy. Oh shit, what up?
Yeah.
But currently I'm drawing all monsters, so if we could give me some actual spell traps, that'd be great.
It's alright. I'm just
I
gonna...
do have my Evocator, and I don't think I want you to have plays. So I'm just gonna go all out and get this guy on board. He seems fun.
Well, I was hoping that Featherizer was like gonna make me draw cards. And then you got that. That's not even Gemini monster support. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it is. What are you talking about?
I didn't see it down there at the bottom. It's a Gemini in like tiny text.
Yeah, but it's Gemini support. It allows you to grab normal monsters out of the grave because all your Geminis are normal monsters in the grave.
Yeah. But if you had a monster like Creepy Coney that just works with like defense or just works with normal monster, I'd be like, no. No, you're not allowed.
I consider normal monster shenanigans part of the Gemini archetype. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
Yeah. See, I would have put all sorts of like normal monsters in here if I had known.
My apologies. That is the only one in here. I'll take him out if you want to redo this last duel.
I don't think it's worked. Well, he still says Gemini monster, so you're good.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I thought I just read quickly and assumed that you were right.
At the very bottom, it says you contribute this card to add one Gemini.
Yeah, so it is exactly Gemini monster support.
Yeah, it just.
So basically, you were wrong. I was
print.
right. The world is well.
Yes.
Okay.
Close your eyes and it's past. Story of my life.
View. Nothing good there. Okay. I think. Destroy one. No, that's actually not the thing. That's not the right thing. I think we just punch you in the face and call it game.
You could if I didn't have my birthright. It doesn't really do much, but I mean, it saves me a turn.
Yeah, it's stall power.
Yeah,
stall power is never the wrong play.
Again, my whole idea was to like put Darkstorm Dragon in the graveyard and then use like Birthright or Call of the Haunted or Oasis of Dragon Souls. I have like so many cards that can summon things, and I haven't been getting much of any of them.
And that's always the problem with Geminis, as far as I've seen, is that you just don't get the right pieces to put together at the right times.
Check it.
That's what a way to go, folks.
What a way to go. I actually want to try another one of this. I want to go one more.
Sure.
We'll do a fourth duel. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
And we're back. We're back. We're fighting. We're doing a fourth duel. Why? Because I just feel like it.
Because Geminis are fun, and we like bashing our face into a wall until the wall.
We haven't seen the utmost of the toast yet. Yeah, I went there. We'll see. I got some stuff. He's got the Corn Cob Magician. I possibly have one as well. I see. Well, now I have the opposite problem of the one that I had previously.
But you can hear me again, and that's the important part.
I can. Yep.
Oh,
I'm just going to this has to be my solution for 90% of things.
It's not like an awful play, but God, it feels wrong to just whoop like that.
It's just, look, I went second, so I have one more card than you, so eliminating one card from each of us lets me maintain card advantage.
True. You pay some life points for it, but it is actually a card advantage play. It's make you see exactly what those sort of life points you're losing here are. and call it a good day. That was fun.
I'll set a card and forget a card.
Okay, we can make that work too. Lots of plays from here.
If you had one.
Gonna
Blazewing
bring
Butterfly.
out our own Blazewing Butterfly.
No, it is
Get
forbidden.
rid of that Featherizer.
What? That's not... You don't know. What is this thing, anyway?
What even is a Featherizer?
Yeah. Fucking plant shit. Let's see. We'll send...
I was actually hoping it wasn't a Featherizer, but oh well.
Those. Draw a card.
Because now you're set up. Your big thing is that you rely on having targets in the graveyard to bring out, and now you have that, and I don't like it. Now
I have a target in a graveyard.
You are correct. That is a full target.
Oh, and I burp too. That's twice as good.
Luckily, I have board control and some back row. Significantly down in terms of hand size, but oh, Joe.
Luckily, you have what now? You do what? Gemini trap hole. You feed.
Absolutely, because if I destroy your Gemini monster, that's an effect monster. I can still destroy the rest of your other monsters.
I see. I'm just going to supervise this.
Oh yeah, that is the absolute best play.
We'll get out this guy.
That's a thing.
And then, what does this do? Target one normal. Oh, and special summon it. Oh, okay. I'll just get Phoenix Gearfried.
Yep. That is very painful.
Destroy all monsters that you control that have defense less than the attack.
This is what is known as going off in the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
Yep. This is what this deck was intended to do. That's kind of why I wanted to do a fourth. I mean, I don't even need to finish this. I'll surrender or whatever. The point is I proved that I could make a Gemini deck.
Absolutely.
It did stuff, man, and things. Not sure if I would recommend it. Let's see.
That's what I'm talking about, is that Geminis are very hit and miss. It's sort of luck of the draw. And while I really like the archetypes and the sort of effect combinations you can get up to, there's only so much you can do.
I just wish they counted as normal monsters in the hand, because then you could use stuff like Faustian Bargain and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would really change up how they play.
Yeah, but I found that out the hard way. I think that was the first time I was playing Geminis, and I was like, Faustian Bargain is amazing! And it's like, no.
Factually incorrect.
No, yeah.
There is literally nothing I can do to save me here, so we're just gonna get a Blazewing Butterfly and hope you don't kill it.
But I will, if I use his effect, it'll destroy all monsters with defense less than your defense.
True, but it has to be face up for that.
Ah, I see. Blazewing Butterfly, Butterfree.
Blazewing Butterfly. It's the new Alolan Butterfree.
Oh.
It's got that fire typing for added combat effectiveness.
Another Gemini trap hole. But it has to be, yeah, I saw that and I was like, there's no way I'm going to get a monster with its effect actually activated that gets destroyed. I didn't realize it would be for yours, though.
Yeah, it counts anybody's. Anytime a Gemini with an effect is ousted, just destroy your opponent's board. It's very direct, and I love that.
Yeah. Or again, I was like, you know, if I get these, like if the plan goes off how I expect it to, then I'll have a situation like this, and it'll just be unstoppable.
I'm crying here, because, like, I've got so many of the good cards.
I cry ever, Tim.
It makes me sad, because I never actually got my, whatchamacallit, my A-forces when I could actually use the boost. Because I built with a lot of warrior monsters.
Yeah, you got it the one time.
Happy fun times.
Well, if you want to do one more and try to see how it goes, it's your call.
Let's flip the coin the final time. See how that works out.
You're flipping a coin?
It's a mirror matchup, for the most part.
Oh, okay. Well, no, our decks have fundamental differences.
That's true, that's true. Yours is very special summon and combo heavy. Mine's more focused on just be big and obnoxious and a beater, maybe steal some of his stuff to make plays, but yeah.
Yours is beatdown oriented, mine is dump everything into the graveyard and then use Blazewing Butterfly and other things to summon it out. Unfortunately, you get problems like now, where my hand is nothing but huge fuck-off monsters.
Yes. See, this is what I wanted my first turns to look like.
See, these last duels, we should just skip the first 2 duels and just be like, here's what Joe's deck wanted to do, here's what Necromanticer's deck wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now you can see.
Now you see how it works. It's fun. I bring out a lot of warriors. They do things. They get boosts.
As for
I special summon some stuff.
What would happen if both our decks did what we wanted to do? I don't know. Hard to say who would win in that one.
At the same time, Joe, that's too much power in one spot.
Yeah. They couldn't handle it. The world would pretty much
you
just...
can't cross the streams like that, Joe.
It would implode.
I would make a joke about the new Ghostbusters movie, but that's already a joke.
Corn.
Zing!
But if you haven't checked it out yet, look up the song Bustin' by Neil Cierciega. Just type Bustin' into YouTube and look for the one that has the... It is the best remix of any song I've ever heard, I think. Have I showed you that, Necro?
You have, and I thought it was very good.
It's one of those things, like, as someone who plays music, like, the way he tricks with things, where it's like, you keep expecting stuff to happen, and it doesn't, like, it just makes me laugh.
It toys with your expectations in an amusing way. Like,
it's
it
still
knows
like a
that
decent
how
song.
music generally plays out,
Yeah.
and so it subverts that.
Exactly. And I've always heard that that's what laughter is like. It's surprise.
Yeah, it's changing what your expectations were, is generally what comedy is about. It's always trying to get them to think something's coming, and then showing them, no, it was really this other thing entirely.
Haha! You have
did
been
I fail
surprised.
to normal summon my future samurai last time?
Yep.
Okay.
It's okay,
yeah.
you could do it this time and just declare victory.
No. Let's
You
not
don't
let
even,
their...
You don't even need to. You can just... I don't,
Yeah, but
I don't have a birthright.
You having less plays means that I need less plays.
Well, you can just do that. You got double. But
Now I've even got him with his effect.
But it has to be a face-up monster, so you can't even do the things you want to do. Anyway,
I can't even use effects, but I can punch you in the face.
I hope you guys enjoyed this deck build challenge. I think Necromanticer clearly won, but I did a thing. Next time we'll have something else for you. Until then, good luck.
And have fun with it.
Yes! All the fun with it.
Got it. I did it.
You didn't do it. You still did it wrong, but you added extra words.
I sort of did it.
You did it well enough.
I said to have fun, and then there was stuff after, so it counts.
Hello and welcome to a very spooktacular Legs Play. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not that into Halloween. Steve, don't be... Say spooky things at least. Don't be like that.
Spooky things.
No, over on the side. You're writing very lewd
STDs.
things. I guess STDs are spooky. We're playing more golf with friends. They added a new level. It's a haunted house level, I guess, or it's just called haunted. It's supposed to be spooky, and it's around Halloween time currently. So yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna do
Don't
it.
date the video.
But it's a Halloween special. It's made to be dated.
Yeah.
I would take it to the prom if I could. Go
You gotta
ahead and
take
start
that
it,
out
Steve.
to dinner first.
Although I keep going back and forth over whether or not like the author is important to understanding a piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you should listen to what they say, or if it's like the work stands alone. Like if you interpret it some way, it shouldn't matter. Like the author shouldn't come out and be like, "No, your interpretation is wrong. I meant this when I made it."
I think that both sides that have a little bit of merit, and that's why the argument's gone on for as long as it has. Whether or not death of the author is the proper stance to take is debatable, but you can't deny that there's at least some merit to taking the interpretation of the author, because they made it, they had an idea behind it. Clearly, this is a valid interpretation because it was made for this interpretation.
What really interested me is have you read what's it called? With the phonies and Holden Caulfield.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Oh, what can I... Catcher in the Rye.
No.
No? Oh.
No, I've actually heard that book was not all it's cracked up to be.
Like, as a teenager, it spoke to me more than any book I ever read in high school.
Really?
Because it's really kind of about, like, not necessarily an angsty teenager, but like an angsty, like, 20-something.
Yeah,
A lot
just
of
a
it's-
young adult.
Yeah, him sort of coming to terms with, like, he wants the world to be a certain way, and it's not.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of people I know who read it even at the time who were sort of like, it's just a kid, like, bitching about, like, things aren't good and nice, and people are mean. But there's a lot of, like, weight to, like, what he says. At least I felt it at the time.
You actually got some real import out of it.
I really, like, empathized with him. Or empathized.
Empathize, yeah.
So, I was watching this thing about, because the author is famous, like, that's the only book he ever wrote. He did, like, that.
That
like,
was worth a darn?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
He wrote,
Really?
like, some short stories.
Yeah.
And for, like, magazines. But he never wrote, like, another novel.
Uh-huh.
And he, like, never gave interviews or anything like that about it. He, like, refused to talk about it, essentially.
Really?
And it's one of those things where, like, I'm like, okay, well, that's good, because I was always on the side of, like, the author is dead, like, we should be able to determine what his, like, work means and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I saw someone, like, analyzing, it's like, well, we don't have his words, but if you look at his life and, like, his contemporaries, like, he fought in World War II with a whole bunch of other authors, who then came back and made, like, anti-war novels, like, Slaughterhouse-5 and, Catch-22 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you look at those guys, like, a lot of those guys, like, they fought in, like, limited engagements. Like, no, the guy who wrote Catcher in the Rye, like, stormed the beaches of Normandy, fought his way up Hamburger Hill, and was one of the first people to, like, discover Auschwitz.
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
he has seen literally, like, the worst that humanity can do to humanity. And then when he
the ringer.
when he came home, the thing he decided to write about was a teenager complaining about life. So it sort of adds this weight where you can't be like, oh, stop complaining and get off. Like, obviously this guy thinks that's important, and he's seen, like, the worst that there can be. So maybe there's
he
something
still
to it.
thinks these are valid thoughts to express, even after seeing the very depths of humanity.
Yeah. So it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of a decent point. But,
It lends weight to it.
yeah. Anyway, let's
Getting back on topic, let's
back
get into
on
the
topic. Might just include that as a pre-thing to see what people think of the deck.
duel. Uh-huh. Oh, I have
Welcome-
no problem with
Welcome
rambling
to the
on.
deck build philosophy.
Uh,
The
welcome
philosophy
to the
channel.
deck build monotony, as some would call it.
Yep.